Welcome to this video, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't a pop culture one. This is just something I wanted to get off my chest. I wanted to talk about, and this is something that is quite close to my heart. It's something that means quite a lot to me in the aspect of me being a Chelsea fan, you know, and with the Super Cup upon Chelsea very soon, reflection is needed. I'm remembering the Super Cup a decade ago when Romelu Lukaku, the man who had been tearing it up on loan, absolutely tearing it up, was stepping up to take the penalty in Mourinho's first spell back. He was stepping up to take the penalty. I remember him stepping up, and I remember him completely scuffing it. And I felt so bad for him in that moment, because anytime I look back on that moment, and I've seen Lukaku thrive at other clubs, I look back on that moment and I think, man, had he have scored that, things could have been really different for Romelu. Things could have been really different. There's a video that a guy called Feroz17 has done. I think it was, I'm not sure how he done it, but it's on his channel. And in it, Romelu Lukaku, when we first signed him from Anderlecht for 18 million, he was talking about how if you give him a ball, he would play at Stamford Bridge for hours. He would play there forever. This is where he belongs. This is where he belongs. And to finally hear that 10 years later we have another Super Cup upon us. Right, and obviously Romelu won't be ready for it, it'd be too soon. But he's having his medical on the day, you know, or the time that 10 years ago he missed. That is so poetic. And it brings everything full circle for Romelu Lukaku to have a real life Chelsea redemption story. Now, he doesn't really necessarily need to redeem, because we had Torres, we had Eto'o, we had Costa, we had Demba Ba, we had all these other strikers, and Lukaku's like, hey, you know, come on, give me a looking. So I understand why he left. I was always disappointed. I never wanted him to leave in the first place, because I said, this guy and Drogba, there was something between him and Drogba, right? These two, it was like the passing of the torch. It was a natural, organic way to pass the torch from icon to next gen. And we did nothing with it. And I do sorely hope that what I'm about to say doesn't affect Tammy Abraham. I think Tammy Abraham still has a Chelsea future. And I think if we learned anything from this Lukaku debacle, put a buyback clause in his contract. If you're going to sell him, Chelsea, just please, for the love of God, don't make that mistake again. But Romelu Lukaku is returning to Chelsea. And again, it warms my heart, because there is this thing with Chelsea strikers that whoever gets the number 9 shirt, it's like the cursed number 9, or we just have a bad track record with strikers. And when you take that into context, when you think about that, that's why signing Lukaku makes the most sense, because he's proven in the league. Yeah, don't get me wrong, there's moments, you know, in clip compilations of him fluffing his feet and bouncing all over the place. But, you know, anyone, you know, you could do that with any player. And it is a large sum of money. It is a large sum of money. But I'm thinking about this from the emotional standpoint. What this would mean for Chelsea fans and Lukaku would be so symbolic. I am a firm believer in things coming full circle in life. This is going to come full circle. And regardless of how it plays out, it could be bad, it could be worse. At least then we know. Lukaku is back where he belongs. He never should have left us in the first place. He never should have gone away. Ever. But you could argue and make the case, had we have not sold him, would he be the player he is now? And you could make that argument. You could make that argument. But the Lukaku we're getting now is not the younger, more brash, you know, brazen, you know, just sort of hot-headed guy. You know, and I say that, you know, generally, because most of us, all of us when we're that age, you know, hell, even now I'm still like that. The Lukaku we're getting now is a man. Like, this dude has gone toe-to-toe with Ibrahimovic. This dude has been tearing it up in Serie A. He had a run at United. You know, he was tearing it up at Everton and West Brom. This guy's got he's got the minerals. And you can argue the merits of whether Lukaku is really up all that. But right now, we need a striker, a proven striker who gets goals, right? And Werner, unfortunately, as much as I have faith in him that he's going to turn it around, If you put him up top for another season, the pressure is still going to be on him. It's going to be even worse, because he now has the pressure of a season on top of him. Whereas if you put Lukaku on top, and you play Werner on the side, think of how many times Werner gets into shooting positions, or gets in and, you know, in and around the positions of the defence of the opposition. Think about that. Werner gets through. Then you have Lukaku, Havertz, Pulisic, Mount, right in behind him, Ziyech. You have all these players that are at Werner's disposal. That then makes Werner feel at ease. Then that means we can bring the best out of Werner again. And if we get Werner firing on all cylinders, I'm telling you, defences around the world will be quaking. If Havertz, Lukaku and Werner sync up, there's a reason we signed Werner in the first place. There's a reason why. And if he gets back to it, I mean, hey, this Lukaku transfer could be the key to that. Because it takes all the pressure off of him. It allows him to really focus on his game, improve his confidence, and get the job done. And again, this is Lukaku's Chelsea redemption. I am so excited to welcome him home. And I mean, I have no idea if he's even going to see this video. But Romelu, welcome home. You are someone that I've always respected and admired for fucking years. Like, I have been waiting for Chelsea to play Lukaku for God knows how long. And then when he went to Everton and all that stuff happened, I was disappointed. I was like, you know, this is the passing of the torch. He was the heir to Drogba. Like, we just gave him away. You know? We didn't even try and fight for him. But now we've got him back. Let's utilise that. And let's see where this goes. And hey, who knows? It could be another flop signing. You know? It could be embarrassing. You know, this is equivalent of this is Chelsea's problem. Is we stockpile so many great players. And we can't give them all chances, so we sell them for 18 million. Oh, we've got a good deal. We sold a fringe player for 18 million. And then we have to come back a few years later and pay 100 million for him. So Chelsea, please don't make that same mistake with people like Tammy Abraham or whatnot. Please, don't do that again. But I'm just happy he's back. He's back where he belongs, and I just can't wait to see what the season brings. You know, I can't wait to see how our attack is. And we need a stat-padding striker. Lukaku is a stat-padding striker. He'll get you goals. Sometimes it may not always be in the crucial games, but if you look at how much we've achieved without a stat-padding striker, our top scorer last season was Jorginho, I think, with about 7 goals. Jorginho. No disrespect to Jorginho, but I'm just saying, like, you know, we need a stat padder. We need someone that's just going to rack in the goals, and we have had a void ever since Diego Costa left. For goals, just quantity. We've had a void. Lukaku can now fill that void, and he's proven in the league. We've seen what he can do. We know he'll do the business. Now, someone like Haaland is a great striker, but he's not proven enough for me, and it's a risk. It's another Werner situation. It's either going to go really well or it's going to go really bad, and it's another potential flop, and we can't afford that off of the back of a Champions League win. We need to be firing on all cylinders this year, and we need to go for a double. The only way is up. And if you look at the way the league is right now, Arsenal are looking strong, United are looking strong, but there's one team that can challenge City right now. And I'm not trying to blow smoke up my team's arse, but if we're looking at this objectively, there is one team that can really push City, and that's us. That is us, because of the momentum of the Champions League win. We can push them. And obviously Liverpool and Arsenal and United can really catch up and, you know, catch on and do the same thing. You know, the league is, you know, the season is long. But if we're looking about it objectively from where we're at, we need to be firing on all cylinders to push them. Push them all the way to the end. And we can do that now. We've beaten them multiple times. Let's beat them again. Let's take them down a peg or two. They spent 100 million on Grealish. Okay? You know, I mean, the money's a bit much, but Grealish is a quality player. You know, he will add a level of silk to that team, and him and Sterling will link up really flipping well. Really well. They play the style of football for those two will be synergized. So that's dangerous. You know, we've got to keep an eye out on that. And then Arsenal are rebuilding, Liverpool are getting all their players back from injury and they're recovering, and, you know, United are looking to get some, you know, get some respect put on their name again. It's going to be a tense season. It's going to be a tense season. But anyway, to my fellow Chelsea fans, Lukaku is back home. Everyone say, "Look who's back" in the comments. And, man, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see Romelu back in a shirt. He's back where he belongs. He's with us, where he was always meant to be. He was never meant to be at Everton. He was never meant to be at United. He was never meant to be at Inter. He's back where he's supposed to be and where he always should be. Now, you could say that for characters. Done too many pop culture videos. For players like De Bruyne or Sturridge or at one point or Salah. But those are more different. You know, this is a case of he was brought to be the heir. You know, and it just went to hell. But now there's a chance. There is a chance to make this right. And I'll tell you what, I will be the first to cheer Romelu when he's back. When he's officially unveiled as a Chelsea player again. Welcome back, Romelu. Get that number 9 shirt. Change the number 9 curse. And redeem your Chelsea legacy, because you can do it. You can flip and do it. Guys and girls, I'll see you in the comment section down below, and, you know, it's going to be a good season, you know, and I say this all the time, that as much as I'm a Chelsea fan, I acknowledge that I've got subscribers who are fans of other clubs. Good luck to you guys, you know, good luck. The season is long. It's not just going to be a case of, you know, Chelsea are going to win everything. You know, it's going to be like, you know, okay, may the best teams win. Good luck. You know, I'll see you on the field, you know. That's how it's supposed to be. Not the vitriol that was spread after the Euro final. That shit was fucking disgusting. But I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, Romelu's coming back, and yeah, I just can't wait. Welcome back, Romelu, and I tell you what, we have our striker, Chelsea fans. We have a striker. Ooh. Oh, I haven't felt this hype since Diego Costa days. Oh.